Blessings to all. Welcome to Facts, Not Fiction. Join me this Thursday the 5th at 7:30 p.m. sharp, for another Facebook Live as we discuss facts, not fiction. Keith Christopher Rowley. You could run, but you cannot hide. I'm out. Blessing, good afternoon to each and everyone. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, as we continue our discourse, of course, you know this program is facts, not fiction, and I want to welcome each and every one of you, those of you who support this program locally, regionally, and internationally. We want to say a blessing good afternoon to you. Ladies and gentlemen, I said a couple weeks ago on this program that loyalty have no price attached to it. Loyalty have no figure attached to it. There is no amount of money that you can put with loyalty. Loyalty, ladies and gentlemen, if you attach a figure to loyalty, it is as buying a new brand Prado. So you will buy a Prado today for $800,000-$900,000. And as the years go by, the value of your vehicle will depreciate. When the value of your vehicle depreciates, no longer your vehicle will worth what you have paid for it. And you see, when you take your loyalty and you attach a price to your loyalty in order to be loyal, there is no different from you than a vehicle. You will be depreciated, and to the end of the day, you will worth absolutely nothing. And that is what happens when persons attach a figure to loyalty. You see, loyalty is unconditional. It's either you are loyal or you are doing a job. Do not mix up employment with loyalty. It's either you are loyal or you are being paid to do a job. And if you have been paid to do a job, and I am your employer, it is up to me to retrench you whenever I so desire. Because you see, ladies and gentlemen, when coming to loyalty, there is no union that can do any form of negotiation for you to be loyal. Loyalty comes from here, it comes from here, and it comes from within. That is what being loyal is all about. And when you realize that you are no longer important, then what happens? You embark on some sort of character destruction. Assassination of character is what you would embark on when you have so lost your sense of humor in relation to being loyal. And today, ladies and gentlemen, I want to start by dealing with one such situation. Ladies and gentlemen, I am an individual that have utmost respect for women. Utmost respect for women. And while I have utmost respect for women, I am not the individual to stand idly by and allow persons to assassinate others' character while I have some kind of facts to bring some clarity to a situation. Suzette Lowe, I have listened to you over a period of time. There are times that you bring some good points to the table, and I commend you. There are times that it appears that you are a supporter of the United National Congress. And then at times, it appears that you are a supporter of the People's National Movement. And then there are times that it is appeared that you are confused. But within the political realm, you either with me or against me. There is not any room to be with me today and then sleep with somebody else tomorrow. And then the next day, you come back by me, and you must believe, or you will take it to be, that everything is hunky-dory. It just doesn't work like that. And when I saw this document, which state, if it is true, and I quote, I read, if it is true, and Kamla Persad-Bissessar, along with many of our MPs, have traveled to the US to get the Pfizer vaccine, I want to say very calmly that the D word, good for all, are all here, who have to remain here. Now, when I say the D word, ladies and gentlemen, there are some words that I choose not to use. It is some words that, to me, it doesn't express the level of one's character or one's vocabulary to use those words to make a point. So I choose not to say the word, but the D word. But she went on to say that a D good for all you who have to remain here and take what all you get, while you're defending these parasites and their rights to be in office. It goes on to say, how many of you who out here every day attacking those who speak out against the UNC, defending their crap and glorifying Kamla Persad-Bissessar, have been asked to accompany her to get vaccine in the US? A bunch of balonies, a bunch of hogwash. That is what you are speaking, Suzette Lowe. A bunch of balonies. Because I don't know if you are trying to convince people that you are with us in Trinidad, that you are experiencing what we are experiencing, because here are your words. Your choice of words is, whatever good for all who have to remain here. Remain here where? Where you talking about remain here? And you further state, how many of you out here where you talking about? Suzette Lowe, you are happy, high and dry living in Holland. You are not living in Trinidad and Tobago. Whether because you run away because, as you or whoever say, that there is some threat on your life or whatever life, I don't know. But you are trying to portray a narrative that you are here and you are experiencing the pain that we are experiencing under Keith Christopher Rowley. You are here and you are using deception to try to influence a support or a following. I don't know if all you believe that likes and following and shares is really a part of building a country. I don't know if all you believe that trying to assassinate Kamla Persad Bisesa character. I don't know if some of you people get excited. I do not know that if you were, while you are home alone in your zone, that you get comfort. I do not understand, ladies and gentlemen, why would these individuals who speak as though they are concerned about you, the citizens in this country, will make these statements about Kamla and MPs going to the US for vaccine? But let me read a little further. How many of you did she buy a ticket for? Suzette Lowe asks. How many of you did she arrange an exemption for? If you could buy your own ticket, Suzette Lowe asks. How many of you are her most loyal soldiers have been given this consideration? Suzette Lowe asks. So let me say, if I get this right, you protect her, but she didn't lift a finger to protect you. You see what I'm telling you, when these people not living in Trinidad and they start to misrepresent the truth. You understand that these people living outside. I want to ask a question to any right-thinking citizens who reading this crap, who reading this nonsense. Kamla Persad Bisesa has any authority to grant any exemption to any citizen of this country? That is one. And I hope that Suzette Lowe could answer. Two, you are saying that Kamla Persad Bisesa never lift a finger to help the people in this country. Then you are not only fraudulent in your speech, but you are also a stranger to the truth. So I want to ask you a question, Suzette Lowe. Let me help you out here. Let me help you out here and ask you a question. Back in February, was it you that wrote to Prime Minister Moody, and as a result of your letter, received 40,000 doses of AstraZeneca in this country? Was it you, Suzette Lowe? Well, if it's you, Suzette Lowe, I want to congratulate you. But I want to tell Trinidad and Tobago something. Suzette Lowe has absolutely nothing to do more than to sit down in some little cozy room whenever she is zone, whenever she has nothing to do, whenever she feeling lonely, and call on Kamla, because Kamla Persad Bisesa back in February penned a letter to the Prime Minister of India. As a result, we get 40,000 AstraZeneca vaccine. Added to that, Kamla Persad Bisesa did not make any recommendation to get one vaccine for herself. So Suzette Lowe, I want to tell you something here this afternoon. I can't waste too much time on you because my time is short. Curfew in a little while, my time short. So I can't waste too much time on you. But I want to tell you something. it seems as though that y'all are staunch supporters of the PNM. And when you all are supporters of the PNM, whether you are paid to do a job and batok the PNM a little bit to disguise the whole situation, I want to tell you something, that Kamla Persad-Bissessar is not the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. Kamla Persad-Bissessar does not procure vaccines. Kamla Persad-Bissessar doesn't grant exemption. So get your facts right, Suzette Lowe, or shut up in your little corner in Holland, or come down to Trinidad and come down to Penal and come to Separia and come up in Chaguanas and you tell people all what you want to say about Kamla. And you will see for yourself if these people would not run you as a puppy, because Kamla Persad-Bissessar commands 19 seats in the electoral process of this country, and you, together with all the detractors who is disloyal to the UNC and all the distractors who receiving money to batok the character of Kamla Persad-Bissessar, put all you together in one boat, or you cannot take one seat from the UNC. Not one seat. All you could take. All you who propagating third party, and the country need another party, and the country need this, and the country need that. Let me tell you something. Or you could formulate whatever party or whatever movement all you want. Or you could do that. This is a democratic country. And you form your party, Suzette Lowe. Why you didn't do as Vasan Bharat and throw your hat in the ring and fight Kamla for leadership of the party? I am telling you, you would have gotten a song cocktail even worse than Vasan Bharat, who is twice time more educated than you and twice time more eloquent than you. You would not have even taste anything close to making any inroads within the UNC. So all you could call for the resignation of Kamla and call for Kamla to step down until thy kingdom come. All you will perish first before all you see that. The UNC party have a democratic process. And when that democratic process exercise their franchise, whosoever they choose as leader, you and all the detractors Suzette Lowe put together would not be able to touch the leader of the UNC. So my advice to you, my dear, is to stay in Holland and see if you could get in the politics there and stop fooling yourself here. Because this politics in Trinidad and Tobago is not about a like, it's not about a following, it is not about a share. This politics is about people life. And until all you understand, that the only party that can remove the PNM, it is the UNC, is until all you will rumble and crumble in all your little space. So I rest you for now. I don't have too much time to waste on this nonsense. All right? So let's move right along. Next point, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, I want, first of all, to play a clipping. I want to play a clipping before I get in to this point. So I want to ask Brother Archie, if he had a clipping, just run it for me.
I had to block him recently because he was annoying me. He was annoying me because he kept harassing me on my phone, giving me advice that is unsolicited. Him recently because he was annoying me. He was annoying me because he keep harassing me on my phone, giving me advice that is unsolicited.
So this is your prime minister, and your prime minister is speaking about our ex-minister who he once claimed is his good friend. He claimed that this ex-minister, they were friends long time ago. And as they was friends a long time ago, today, ladies and gentlemen, we are in a situation that you and I both understand that this Prime Minister, Keith Christopher Rowley, together with his colleagues, they have no clue. It is about trials and errors and flip-flop, and that is how they are dealing with this pandemic. Ladies and gentlemen, a doctor for 46 years, a doctor who have looked after 120,000 patients within his terms of practicing medicine. A doctor, ladies and gentlemen, who now has 31,000 private patients that he look after health-wise. A doctor, ladies and gentlemen, who have trained, who have taught 3 out of the 4 individuals that stand before us on a Saturday together with Keith Christopher Rowley and your drugstore minister to give you updates about red lines and green lines and yellow lines and curves and hills and valleys within the graph that they put forward on a Saturday. Not only so, ladies and gentlemen, but as these doctors divulge information, as they disseminate information, ladies and gentlemen, as to what I believe is in the interest of the PNM, they will tell you how much people in step-down facilities. They will tell you, ladies and gentlemen, how many deaths. They will tell you how many beds in those facilities. But today, ladies and gentlemen, these 4 individuals, including the CMO and Dr. Avery Hines and the team, cannot tell you anything about the Delta variant. They cannot tell you, ladies and gentlemen, why your mother and my mother, your father, my father, your loved ones, my loved ones, why they are dying every time they reach in the ICU. And so, an experienced doctor, a man who have dedicated his life to medical service in this country, a man who Keith Rowley consider as his friend, Rowley is now saying that this man is annoying him. And he had to block him. Because this individual was given Keith Christopher Rowley unwanted advice, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. This doctor, Dr. Tim Gopi Singh, is one of the most qualified doctors in Trinidad and Tobago. And when I am speaking about one of the most qualified doctors, ladies and gentlemen, I am not attaching UNC. I am not attaching UNC to Dr. Tim Gopi Singh resume. I am not attaching UNC to Dr. Tim Gopi Singh resume. You know why? Because Dr. Tim Gopi Singh's profession, ladies and gentlemen, have nothing whatsoever to do with UNC or PNM. Dr. Tim Gopi Singh's profession have to do with the saving of lives, whether you are UNC or whether you are PNM. That is what this gentleman profession is all about. Dr. Tim Gopi Singh, a former Minister of Health, a man with experience, a man who could help to save the lives of our loved ones. But because of pride, but because of race, and because of party, they will never include Dr. Tim Gopi Singh to help save the lives of our loved ones simply because they believe that the UNC will get the credit. So let me tell you something about your government people. They will rather your loved ones die. They will rather you cry day and night. They will rather you lost your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, than to give Dr. Tim Gopi Singh the authority to help save our lives in this country. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the way of this devil. That is the way of an evil administration. Because let me tell you something. Sickness and death knows no race. Sickness and death knows no PNM or no UNC. Sickness and death knows no young or no old. Sickness and death comes to anyone at any time, any place. And we have qualified doctors that this government, this Rowley administration, will rather allow your families to die than to bring them aboard to help curb the destructions of lives through this pandemic. That is where this government position lies. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell you today, I want to say to you today, ladies and gentlemen, that Rowley will always be annoyed anytime anybody make an appeal to him. Just imagine our Prime Minister is saying that a qualified doctor is giving him unsolicited advice. Ladies and gentlemen, you know how the psychiatrists say that you should deal with that situation? Listen to this. What does the psychiatrist have to say about that situation? But first of all, I want to tell you, who is this person, a psychiatrist? Who is that person? It is a medical practitioner specialized in diagnosis and treatments of mental illnesses. You know how these psychiatrists say you should deal with that? The psychiatrist said that you should stop taking these things personal, because even when you get a good advice from some unsolicited person, it can hurt your feelings. And that is what is happening to this Prime Minister. Even though he is getting good, solid advice, because he class it and he deem it as unsolicited advice, it is hurting his feelings. And when that happens, you need to send your Prime Minister down to St. Anne's. You need to send your Prime Minister for a checkup. Because your Prime Minister must know that he cannot take things personal, because the office of Prime Ministership doesn't belong to him.
I had to block him recently.
While he
was annoying me.
The chair.
He was annoying me because he kept harassing me on my phone, giving me advice that is unsolicited.
The office of Prime Ministership belongs to the people of Trinidad and Tobago. And therefore, our Prime Minister in a pandemic should be gathering any advice from any medical professional, putting it in the sifter, seeking second opinion and third opinion. Not like how they seek opinion in Malcolm Jones' case, you know. The opinion in Malcolm Jones' case was half of a paragraph. And he didn't say that Nelson was annoying him, you know. They run quick and withdraw the case from Malcolm Jones. They didn't even seek another advice. But here it is, you are getting an advice from a qualified practitioner, one of the most experienced doctor in this country, and you saying that that is annoying you. You saying that is annoying you, Keith Rowley. Keith Christopher Rowley, you annoying so much people in this country that it ain't funny. Keith Rowley, what it is that have you upset? Because this ex-minister was making an appeal to you. I know you hate to hear appeal. And I could prove that you hate to hear appeal. Because up to today, your friend A and V, in the fake oil scandal, up to today, ladies and gentlemen, this Prime Minister has not instructed the board of Petrotrin to launch the appeal in order to save you, the taxpayers, to save you, the citizens, over $1.3 billion in our country. He hate to hear the word appeal. It looked like when he hear appeal, his blood does boil. Every time he hear appeal, I wonder if every time he hear about an appeal, he does tremble with the fake oil scandal. Every time you hear an appeal, Rowley, I am asking you a question. Your blood does shiver. You just feel cold. You just start to sneeze and get a running nose as your symptoms of COVID-19. You just start to sneeze more than ever. Anytime you hear about fake oil, anytime you hear about appeal, when you hear about appeal, Rowley, what does happen to you? What does happen to you? How come today, up to today, you give Petrotrin board, your good friend Commoner, your attorney, you pass no instruction to save this country of over $1 billion in that fake oil? What about appeal that you're afraid so? So here we have a doctor giving you advice, texting you, helping you to save lives, and you are now saying that he start to annoy you. Keith Christopher Rowley, you annoy thousands of persons in Point Lisas as a result of your decisions. We have over 11 major companies, petrochemical companies, steam mill. We have over 11 companies, local and foreign, have to close the door. You are annoying thousands of people that is presently on the breadline as a result of your policies in Point Lisas. Keith Rowley, you are annoying the children in our educational sector who 15 months now, over 34,000 of them cannot enroll on the online educational program because of your policies. You are annoying the children in this country. Keith Rowley, you are annoying thousands of Petrotrin workers as a result of the fake oil scandal. And all you had to shut down Petrotrin, annoying thousands of workers, having them lining up to collect a hamper by the side of the road. Keith Rowley, you are annoying persons in Point 14 as a result of your decisions. Train 1 is now mudballing. Other than that, train 2, downhill. You are annoying thousands of people, Keith Rowley. Keith Christopher Rowley, you are the biggest annoyance in this country. You, Keith Rowley. Every decision that you and your administration take from 2015 to now, you send this country down a hole. Keith Rowley, I want to make a recommendation. I want to ask you, Keith, to call up your partner, Fake Oil, and ask him to drill a hole. Your shoulder is about what? 2.5 feet? Let him drill a hole 3 feet in circumference, and you are just about 200 feet, and jump in the hole. And all them who supporting you, let them jump in the hole too. And then they will understand that the hole that you dig for this country and where you are now placing our country, it will be impossible to come out of that hole that you are now putting Trinidad and Tobago in. We have over 1,000 people die in this country as a result of your administration failure to debate a response to COVID-19. A debate that was brought by the opposition that would have been able to prevent the situation that we are now in. But because of vindictiveness, because of the vindictiveness of this PNM administration, they don't care how much people die. As this Prime Minister say, he wants to hear nothing from the UNC. He wants to hear nothing from the UNC. So the 300,000+ individuals that voted for the UNC, according to this Keith Rowley, they are null and void. He wants to hear nothing from Kamla Persad-Bissassa and the UNC. So it seems as though that this country belongs to Keith Rowley. It seems as though that Trinidad and Tobago is Keith Rowley own. But Keith Rowley, you will get a rude awakening, because the people in this country is not as stupid and dotage as you believe they are. People in this country are now seeing the PNM for what it is. They are seeing the behaviors of those who say they represent the PNM. They are now seeing the behavior of you all. You have fooled the people over the years. You have destroyed the lives of our citizen Keith Rowley by your policies. You have lied upon lie, a mountain of lie. You have said to us, even in Brea, you came down in Brea last election, and you told Brea that you have appointed a 3-man committee to look after the Palosico Velodrome. And you name it boldfacedly, Nicole Oliveri, Ronald Prince, and Minister Lee Hunt at the time, who was the Minister of Utility. Today, ladies and gentlemen, nothing. Keith Rowley, you come in Brea and lie to us. You tell us that we are going to get a plywood factory. You tell us that you have signed everything. And the plywood factory will get on stream within 2 months' time prior to the election. Today, you keep the plywood factory, you keep all the ply, and you give Brea the rest. Last election, you put up a major billboard. Housing scheme coming, port coming. Brea, don't worry. I'm bringing a man for everybody named as Stephen McClashy. That is the man to lead Brea out of bondage. You know what you and McClashy is doing right now? You and McClashy have Brea like the children in the wilderness. They were dying one by one in Brea. They're dying out one by one in a circle. They can't see the promised land because all you give them over the years is promise. All you start since back in the days of AC Alexis is promise. When Alexis married Eric Williams' daughter and joined the PNM, is promise. After Alexis, all you bring Ian Anthony is more promise and more promise. After Ian Anthony, come Albert Richard under the now. They do a little thing. After Albert Richards, the PNM bring back Hedridge Barrow, promise and more promise. After Hedridge Barrow, all they bring Fitzgerald Jeffrey, promise and more promise. After Fitzgerald Jeffrey, all they bring Nicole Oliveri, promise and more promise. After Nicole Oliveri, all they bring Lee Hunt, they can't see him. All they bring McClashy, sorry, they can't see him. All you cut Lee Hunt short. Bring McClashy. Cut Lee Hunt short simply because Lee Hunt stood up against you and your policy. Cut it short, sew off your head. Clean off. Bring McClashy. And now McClashy is reported to be missing. But Brea, I tell you, all you have is a number in the parliament. Brea, PNM does count all your seats even before the election. PNM does count all your seats as one in the bag. before the election because Rowley know all of the taking down these promises. Always the first set of people that I see take promise so and comforted within the promises. Comforted within the promises. I seen all your, and you know you're from library. I seen all your pain. I seen all your cry. I talking out my liver string to see if I could get Rowley them jealous to come and do something for all you. I raising it live upon live because this is the medium I have. Telling them how they neglect library, how the road in a deplorable condition, how they ain't getting water, how they can't get food. I telling them, I saying it, but library, all you have to stand up and help all yourself too. All you have to stand up and get rid of the P&M if all you want to see the promised land. I came to library, I say it all you. We was going good until all you see a billboard. You know what happening in library right now? The billboard representing all you. The billboard is the representative in library. How long all it will take that? So Keith Christopher Rowley, you are the biggest annoyance in this country. But I want to go to our next point because when your curfew coming, and you know what has happened. These days they're packing up and they're watching me after the live, you know, and they're trying to see what could happen. So let me tell you what's going on here now. Quick and foremost, I want you good people to pay attention to someone within this whole scenario of the parliament. In 1995, that person was sworn in as an opposition senator in 1995. That person also served as a member of parliament from 2000 to 2010. Added to that, that individual served as Minister of Social Development, Culture and Tourism Minister, Public Utilities and Environment. That person, ladies and gentlemen, is an attorney at law, a resident of a particular area which you will know just now. That person is a member of the Santa Rosa Heights Community Group. That person is a member of the P&M General Council. That person is the Public Relations Officer of the National P&M Women's League. That person, ladies and gentlemen, in December 2007, December 17, that person was sworn in as the first female deputy speaker in Trinidad and Tobago Parliament. That person, ladies and gentlemen, lives in Arima, and that woman is also the Minister of Housing and Urban Development. Penelope Beckers. That is the individual that I am speaking about. I saw this individual, Miss Beckers. I am watching a new development. And I am saying to you today, Trinidad and Tobago, all you know this program is facts and not fiction. All you know it is facts and not fiction. I am saying to you today that you better prepare for a by-election. My inside sources said to me that a by-election is coming. Ladies and gentlemen, I saw Clarence Rambarat in Debe giving out seedlings and playing with children. I also saw Mrs. Beckers on 106.5 FM, Akashvani, boasting about her favorite Indian song. And that song, ladies and gentlemen, wasn't Tom Hi Ho. That song, ladies and gentlemen, wasn't Tama Tama again. But that song, ladies and gentlemen, is a song that came from a movie. That song, ladies and gentlemen, is a song that came from Rowley. That song, ladies and gentlemen, is a song that came out of a movie they call Rowley. That movie, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who know it, it was a movie where two men was riding on what you call a striker. It is a three-wheel motorcycle. And they were singing a song, uphill, downhill, uphill, downhill. And eventually, when they reach at the feet of the lady and they spin the coin falls straight up, neither birds or numbers. And simply the lady ran away and left them there, ladies and gentlemen. And ladies and gentlemen, I am saying to you today that we have to prepare for a by-election. Unfortunately, my producer is saying to me that time has expired. And therefore, I will continue with this on the next live. Prepare for a by-election. I will tell you more. I am out.
Sugar politics, we don't get no kicks. Trinidad and Tobago, till we have this thing out to fix. We coming with facts, got them don't like acts. Every kid and race, fine and Negro places love to the max. And when we tell them, Manel, Douglas politics, this is Douglas politics, yo. Douglas politics, listen, Douglas politics, yeah. Douglas politics, this is Douglas politics, yeah. Douglas politics, this is Douglas politics.
And it is zero race talk, zero idiotic talk. I deal with facts and information.